Hey guys, my name is Daniel James, and today I'm going to be telling you about why I think drug testing should be mandatory for professional athletes. In an anonymous survey of several thousand world-class athletes done by LiveScience.com, up to 57% of them admitted to using performance-enhancing drugs at some point in their career. Some of the most popular performance-enhancing drugs among professional athletes include anabolic steroids, hormone and metabolic modulators, and growth hormones. The effects of the drugs vary from person to person. According to National Rehab's directory, while all of these drugs give athletes physical enhancements, they have also been proven to come with a lot of negative side effects. When taking anabolic steroids, you can expect to have mood swings, acne, and sometimes, in the worst cases, even liver cancer. The side effects for hormone and metabolic modulators seem a little bit less extreme, but they're still dangerous, including things such as cardiac problems, osteoporosis, and joint stiffness or pain. This information comes from an article written by Curtin University, whose research team specializes in performance enhancement drugs. And lastly, growth hormones can cause carpal tunnel syndrome, numbness or tingling of the skin, and high cholesterol levels. After researching the cost of these performance enhancement drugs, I realized that the negative side effects weren't the only high price that the athletes were paying for these. One cycle of anabolic steroids can run you anywhere between $140 to $180, and most athletes purchase between 10 to 20 cycles at a time. Hormone and metabolic modulators, if taken in 500 milligram doses 4 times per day, will cost you roughly $3,880. If purchased from a legitimate company, growth hormones will cost you anywhere between $1,000 to $5,000 in only a month for high-quality injectable HGH, which is human growth hormones. And I got this information from BrisbaneTimes.com. If athletes are willing to pay so much money for these performance enhancement drugs, it leads people to wonder what positive side effects these drugs could have. The positive effects for anabolic steroids most of the time include increased strength, physical appearance, and can heighten the level of aggression, which in some cases can help you with competitiveness depending on what sports you play. The hormone and metabolic modulators also improve and promote muscle growth and increase production of red blood cells, which in turn increases oxygen delivery, and an increase in oxygen in the body will up endurance and brain activity. There are many positive effects when it comes to growth hormones, and it starts with helping maintain, build, and repair healthy tissue in the body. This hormone helps athletes recover quicker and boost their metabolism. In some cases, it will also help them burn fat. Lastly, it is said to enhance the quality and the appearance of the skin, but that doesn't really help you in any sports fashion. I got all of this information from Healthline.com. After researching all of the many positive effects that these drugs can have, I see why so many athletes are tempted to try them. But in the end, these pros do not outweigh the cons. To prevent athletes from using any of these substances, there are tests that can be done to detect performance enhancement drugs in their system. These tests can include hair sample testing and urine samples, depending on the team or player that the player is in. Not only are there multiple ways of testing, but the amount of times that they are tested is also randomized to keep the integrity of the sport that they play. When an athlete makes it to the professional level, the competition becomes greater, which can sometimes lead to them realizing that they won't be successful at this level. This leads them to try PEDs, or performance enhancement drugs, to try and up their game. But with a larger number of athletes turning to performance enhancement drugs, it compromises the integrity of the game. The reason for this being because when an athlete becomes successful, people tend to accuse them of using performance enhancement drugs, so other people's hard work could be turned into fraud for no good reason. In other words, if any athlete is using these substances to get ahead, this will deter others from using their natural talents and abilities and can possibly convince them to use PEDs as well. With all of this being said, there are plenty of obvious reasons as to why athletes should be drug tested. Even though these performance enhancement drugs do come with many positive outcomes, none of those will ever measure up to the importance of fairness in any sport that the athlete may play. Thank you.